Hello. I wanted to give a little update on my 111-day challenge to record and do a 5-minute movement practice every day for 111 days. And for the movement part, I've been doing really good. I think I've only missed 1 or 2 days since I started, and for the recording, I've also done pretty well. There have been maybe 4 days that I haven't recorded either a voice note, voice memo, or a video. So that's pretty good, I think. It's good for me. It's good enough. And my last video, I talked about how I was sort of called to, I guess the easiest way to say it is like help my neck release, just hold a stretch and hold space for those muscles in my body that have been protecting that area throughout my body to relax. And it's been several days since I did that, and I am still feeling amazing from that. And I don't have any pain like I did unless I am in the furthest extension that I can go. So I'm going to continue to gently work on that. And I also wanted to talk about being able to feel into our bodies in general. And I don't think this is something that I was able to do before about 2002. So it's not that I couldn't feel any pain or aches or discomfort. In fact, my body regularly told me, especially through digestive issues, that it wasn't happy. It's just that I was really good at ignoring it and not truly being in conversation with my body. I'm not saying that there was complete disconnection, but there was a lot of disconnection. And I started reconnecting in small ways, and those ways definitely started before 2022. But 2022 is when I did a program to become certified as a somatic stress release practitioner. And there was certainly brain learning, but much of the real learning was actually doing somatic movement practices, or somatic expression, if you want to say that. It's probably more complete or encompassing term. And me, the way I learned, being in a learning program, I really resisted that, and I wanted to just take notes while I was doing that. I need to take notes to how I'm doing this so I can go back and make sure I do it right, or lead someone in this process. And it's really being able to do it within yourself first and holding space for myself, which helps me hold space for others. And I eventually got it. What helped the most was that we did so many sessions where we actually practiced in groups of 3. And so one person would be the practitioner, one person would be the client, and another person would be the witness, or just holding space and offering feedback at the end, but they weren't participating at all. And that is truly the place that I learned how and what space holding looks like. And to be able to be in silence and stillness and not force something or try to fix something, and allow another person to explore what they're needing, and just being there in support of that process. And I mentioned this before, but I'm gonna say it again. We know our bodies better than anyone else on this planet. And we can become so disconnected that we forget that, I think. And we have been conditioned to give our agency or our choice and our sovereignty to so many other experts. And I feel in some ways it's kind of like a muscle that we just let wither away, but it can be reconditioned and become super strong again. And being able to hold space for myself and let my body have choices and tell me what it needs, and trusting that, and even if it feels or seems out of the blue or nonsensical or counterintuitive, to even just have space to explore that, even if what you try isn't ultimately what you need. Just allowing yourself the space to explore and be curious and try, play, is so important. I remember, I think I was already not consciously doing this before 2022, but it really became a conscious thing then. I remember before that, I would do yoga videos, which sometimes my ex-boyfriend would do with me, and sometimes he would just see me doing it. And he asked me one time, why do you even bother doing the videos? Because half the time you're not even doing what the yoga instructor is doing. And I told him, well, I know what my body needs. I just need a timekeeper. So without consciously knowing that I was listening to my body and allowing it to do what it needed, I was already giving myself permission to come back into conditioning that muscle, if you want to call it that. So I think I just wanted to chat about that, and I'm going to make a video where I do intuitive movement and just open up an invitation for people to, one, see what that can look like, because it looks different for me every single time I do it. And for those of you who may need to see it first to get an idea of what's possible, to hold that space for you and allow people who are just watching to be my witness, to be my space holders. And for those of you who are ready to do it yourself, to give you a little bit of energetic companionship to do that with. Thank you, friends, for listening, and I will see you again.